In Langton, ABC, New York.
WLS has presented, with portions pre-recorded, News Scope from Chicago. Stay tuned now for The Ron Riley Show.
WLS, the station with personality.
Yes, here I am again, fan, presented by Ted Mack, his original amateur hour. Wilson Pickett! 6:30 in Chicago. On a sunny Saturday. Funky Broadway.
Down on Broadway. There's a nightclub. Now, name of the nightclub. Now, baby. Funky Broadway. Down on Broadway. There's a crowd now. Name of the crowd, baby. Broadway crowd. Down on Broadway, yeah. There's a dance there. Name of the dance. Funky Broadway. Wiggle your legs now, baby. Shake your head now. Do the shingling now, baby. Shake, shake, shake now. You don't know, baby. You don't know now, woman. You know funky Broadway. Lord have mercy. Oh, you got me feeling all right. Dirty, filthy Broadway. Don't I like Broadway? That Broadway. Look here. Down on Broadway. There's a woman. Name of the woman. Broadway woman. Down on Broadway.
Funky Broadway. What a something else day it's been at 65, super summer degrees in Chicago.
Sunday at beautiful US 30 drag strip. It's the Dream Fuel Dragster Challenge of the Year. The clash between two-time American Hot Rod Association national champion Chris the Mad Greek Karamessinis and the world-famous Hawaiian with West Coast champions Roland Leong and Mike the Hatchet Man Shively. Wheel to wheel, the first two dragsters to ever enter the twilight zone of drag racing, the magic 6-second bracket. See the Greek's all-new spaghetti chassis chiseler equipped with new Goodyear trick tires, strip tested up to 300 miles per hour. Be there when the Polynesian Playboy's new Keith Black Chrysler Marine racing engine Hawaiian, twice winner of the Indy Nationals, faces the Mad Greek in a best-of-3 showdown this Sunday afternoon. Beautiful US 30 drag strip is located south of Gary, 3 miles east of Indiana Route 53 on Highway US 30. Championship finals in all classes and first feature race, 1:30 p.m. Sunday at beautiful US 30 drag strip. Drag racing capital of Chicagoland.
What a day it was out at Grand Park. I even got some flowers, I did. I even got flowers. I even got Weber's flowers. When they saw Weber, they knew there was no place to put them there. Huh? Oh, Don, well, think Riley yourself. Forget it. 25 before 7. Saturday night in Chicago, a great record. Battle of you and me. Pooney. Gay airplane here. strike again. Oh.
John Nolan came back.
I didn't even finish the tube of that clear gel.
Bob Kelly came back.
Brill Cream leaves your hair looking natural.
If you haven't come back yet, just try that combing test you've seen on TV. Brill Cream's the one for natural-looking grooming. And what's so great about that? I'll give you a hint.
I came back to Brill Cream.
And I'm glad he did.
After all, why do you suppose Brill Cream's the best-selling hairdressing in the world?
What gets my teeth irresistibly white?
McLean's did it.
Now he does my smile 'cause it's beautifully white. McLean did it for me. He just loves it when I smile.
Right.
What gets my teeth irresistibly white?
McLean's did it.
Isn't it time you let McLean's toothpaste do it for you?
I love you, baby, especially that big gold tooth hanging right in the middle there, man. 20 before 7 on a Ron Riley Saturday. 65 degrees on a Saturday night.
Girl, you know that I love you, but I need a little time to think. And you know I can't think when you're sitting this close to me. Can't we talk about wedding bells some other time? If you get any closer, I'll go out of my mind. Sit back, have a Coke and relax. Sit back, have a Coke and relax, baby. Things go better with you, go better with I feel better with you. Oh, yeah. Sit back, have a Coke and relax. Sit back, baby. Sit back, have a Coke.
That's Neil Diamond, right?
Hey, baby, the multi-talented Neil Diamond digs Coke after Coke after Coke.
I think it was so great everybody showed up at the Grand Park Band show, but I feel a little bad because all 10,000 showed up after I left. You see, I was only there for... They were waiting right until my car pulled away, and as soon as my car pulled away, they converged in mass. But I want to thank everybody who showed up. They said it was just right around the 10,000 mark. New Colony 6, Shadows of Night, H.P. Lovecraft, the Riddles were something else. Everybody always rallies for the sign-in, huh? I got a chance to put Weber down for the first 10 minutes, and people were still screaming in, and I had to go off for another show down in Gary, Indiana, so I didn't stay around all the time. But I heard Larry talking on the air saying, man, some people showed up. That was great, and I wore fresh band deodorant and everything today, and nobody showed up until after I left there. At 18 before 7, the Tremolo's silence is golden.
Deep inside, someone with something to hide. Oh, don't it pain to see someone cry? Oh, especially when someone is hurt. Silence
This is Casey Stengel. I am going to talk to you today about the Ambassador, which is a car built by the American Motors people. On account that Ambassadors are a subject known to me, since I have always felt that I was an ambassador of sorts, since I have spent a good many years exchanging pleasantries with umpires and other types. Now, this Ambassador is a very fine car indeed, and riding in one does very good things for your sense of well-being because it has what they call a red carpet ride, which is very smooth and quiet, which some umpires are not, but they work hard. And there's this here magazine called Motorcade, which says that the Ambassador is the most improved car of the year, and that's got to be something, even though I personally never heard of them. I figure they never saw a spitball either.
The Ambassador that Casey Stengel was talking about and Motorcade magazine wrote about is at your American Motors Rambler dealer. Hey! Now during his hot tag sale.
What's the weather for the weekend gonna be? Will it be hot, cold, rain, snow?
Partly cloudy and a bit cooler. Chance of some showers tonight. Did it rain upon the Grand Park Band show this afternoon at all? It was funny when I went out there at 1. There must have been about 1,000 kids out there at 1 o'clock, and the other 9,000 showed up from 1:15 until 3. And thanks to everybody. Again, really. Did it rain at all? I went down to Gary. We did a show down there for the Village Shopping Center, and the flock was along, and it was something else. There were so many great kids there, and the band got out and did Shotgun. And then I spoke for a moment, and then they said, now we're going to do our record. And as soon as they started doing their record, the rain came down, and it lightning and thundered, and everybody ran. And he said, what a great reaction to our record. As the flocks take me back.
What's the weather for the weekend?
Oh, you really want to know? You're going to ask me again, huh?
Be hot, cold, rain, snow.
Well, you know me, man. I carry myself away, get off into various dissertations of things. I'm sorry. It's a good way to remind me. Partly cloudy and cooler. Chance of some showers this evening. Low in the middle 50s. Tomorrow, fair and cooler. High in the lower 70s. Monday, fair and warmer. 65 in downtown Chicago.
The good sound of music spectacular. 7 days of oldies but goodies starts Friday on WLS.
When sunburn strikes,
Noxema, cool sunburn fast.
Noxema, cool sunburn fast.
ice it in. Noxema stops pain fast, cools the burn, helps heal damaged skin. No surface spray works deep down like Noxema's medication. Cool it with greaseless medicated Noxema skin cream in jar, liquid, or new tube. It's America's #1 sunburn relief.
Noxema,
cool sunburn fast.
It's the instant pain chiller.
12 before 7 o'clock, Ronnie Riley at WLS Chicago. Billy Joe jumped in again.
3rd of June, another sleepy, dusty Delta day. I was out chopping cotton and my brother was baling hay. And at dinner time we stopped and walked back to the house to eat. And Mama hollered at the back door, y'all remember to wipe your feet. And then she said, I got some news this morning from Choctaw Ridge. Today, Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. And Papa said to Mama as he passed around the black-eyed peas, well, Billy Joe never had a lick of sense. Pass the biscuits, please. There's 5 more acres in the lower 40 I got to plow. And Mama said it was a shame about Billy Joe anyhow. Seems like nothing ever comes to no good up on Choctaw Ridge. And now Billy Joe McAllister's jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge. to pull low. There was a virus going round, Papa caught it and he died last spring. And now Mama doesn't seem to want to do much of anything. And me, I spend a lot of time picking flowers up on Choctaw Ridge and drop them into the muddy water off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Whatever happened to the megaphones that were coming back again for a while? Boy, Weber was just jubilant. You know, he really was.
It's the boss race of the season, the All-Star Drag World Sweepstakes at Swingin' Oswego Drag Raceway, featuring the amazing wheelie antics of Wild Bill Shrewsbury and the world-famous L.A. Dart, two of the world's most unique funny cars, the explosive liquid oxygen-burning Pegasus turbine-powered Mustang, and Gene Canham's sensational flame-throwing turbine, plus bonus cash ET bracket competition, the biggest cash payout of the season, free Drag World newspapers to all racing contestants. Fabulous Oswego Drag Raceway is located south of Aurora on Route 34, 1.5 miles west of the Oswego Bridge. Don't miss Wild Bill Shrewsbury's wild wheel-standing L.A. Dart, the rocket-powered, fire-breathing turbine Mustang and turbine Dart racing side by side. And the biggest run-for-the-money race of the season, the All-Star Drag World Sweepstakes. That's this Sunday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. Follow the crowd at Fabulous Oswego Drag Raceway. No place for modern-day drag racing.
Ron Riley, WLS Radio 1 Chicago. News now, Dick Harley and Stuff. See you back with the Beach Boys at 7.
WLS presents Community Action News at 55.
Good evening, everyone. This is Dick Harley, WLS Chicago, standing by with a full report on this and all the news from WLS. 3 young men are being held in the county jail without bond for the murder of 51-year-old Morris James, found fatally beaten in a wooded area near South Chicago Heights yesterday. James, of 358 Miami Street in Park Forest, operated a beauty shop. Police say he apparently was robbed. Last night, one of the men surrendered to Chicago Heights police. An unidentified woman was killed this afternoon by a CTA train in Chicago's Monroe Street station. Motorman Robert Boyd said the woman jumped on the tracks as the train approached, and he was unable to stop in time. A Chicago man died today when the car he was clinging to sideswiped a utility pole at 132nd and Vernon. Authorities identified the victim as 36-year-old Samson Mosby of 13386 Vernon Avenue. The dead man's wife told police her husband threatened her with a gun as she sat in the car. 37-year-old Maddie Mosby told police she panicked and the car accelerated down the street out of control. Temperature at Midway Airport, 65 degrees. Downtown, 65. At O'Hare, it's 63. This is Dick Harley, WLS News Central in Chicago.
Police have found the gun they believe was used to kill George Lincoln Rockwell. This is Don Baker, ABC New York, standing by with a full report on this and all the news from ABC Radio.
This is Casey at the bat for American Motors. Now you take that Rebel. You can have things like a big V8, which is 343 cubic inches, and those Ambassadors, which are the all-stars, so to speak. There's still plenty of them, like good, honest four-door sedans. But I understand that the American Motors fellers are selling them pretty fast. So it don't make too much sense to sit around and wait.
Now is the time to see your American Motors Rambler dealer during his hot tag sale.
Arlington, Virginia police believe they've found the gun used to kill George Lincoln Rockwell. An Arlington police spokesman tells ABC,
"It's a semi-automatic. It's called a Mauser. It's a foreign make. I don't know which make it is. It was immediately sent to the FBI. But it's called a 7.63 millimeter. It fires a shell similar to a 30 caliber shell. That's supposed to be more like a target gun. And when it's fired, it throws the discharge shell out."
And the Arlington police detective says the gun was found near the spot where George Lincoln Rockwell was killed yesterday. Large areas of the northwestern United States are being plagued by forest fires. Idaho Governor Don Samuelson has asked President Johnson to declare a state of emergency in Idaho because of those fires. Governor Samuelson told ABC,
"Conditions in Idaho are very extremely dangerous at this time. They've been compared to the conditions that existed in 1910 when a great portion of the north end of our state burned up. The humidity is down to between 15 and 20 in most of that area. We've had no rain for 65 days. All of the plant life and fibrous material has very little moisture, and it burns just like paper.
More than 400 separate forest fires are burning in the Pacific Northwest states and in British Columbia. An Israeli army spokesman says Israeli forces traded gunfire with Egyptian troops for about an hour at the Suez Canal today. Earlier, Israel had announced that a Soviet-built Egyptian fighter plane was shot down over the Sinai Peninsula and the pilot killed. There were no casualties in the exchange of gunfire near the canal. The New York Times, quoting informed sources in Washington, says that North Vietnamese MiG fighters are using Red China as a refuge. These unnamed sources said it wasn't clear whether the North Vietnamese planes were actually using airfields in Red China. Midwestern governors meeting at Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri have defended the National Guard against criticism on Capitol Hill. Iowa Governor Harold Hughes told ABC,
I can say that every governor who was present at the committee this afternoon felt that the criticism being leveled, apparently in congressional committees, and some statements being made otherwise that have appeared in the press did not reflect the confidence we have in our National Guard system.
The governors referred to remarks made in Washington about the National Guard being nervous and trigger-happy when called into Detroit during the riot last month. Hadi Bourguiba, the president of Tunisia, told his fellow Arab leaders today to stop talking about wiping out Israel and recognize it as an established state. The Nigerian government has criticized the United States for its role in Nigeria's civil war. The government says the rebels have been provided with American arms, including airplanes. Big doings at Cape Kennedy. That story in just 60 seconds.
Recognize that tune? Sure you do. It's the Kent song. But you know what? We put another set of words to it, because Kent's got another cigarette. Now there's a long Kent, too. New deluxe length Kent, longer than king size. That's why we're singing this longer song.
To a swimmer, it's a longer stroke. To a comic, it's a longer joke. To a camper, it's a longer tent. To a smoker, longer Kent. Deluxe length Kent. It's longer. Deluxe length Kent. Much longer. Deluxe length Kent. Miles longer. More taste, fine tobacco.
Now, long cigarette smokers can say, to a smoker, it's a Kent.
The Saturn V rocket that's scheduled to launch the first unmanned Apollo moon rocket has reached its launch pad at Cape Kennedy. The transfer of the 364-foot-tall Saturn from the assembly building to the pad at Cape Kennedy took about 8 hours. That's the latest news from ABC Radio. This is Don Baker, ABC, New York.
WLS 890, Chicago.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Pepsi pours it on.
Put your thirst on ice with a cold Pepsi-Cola. Pepsi has the taste created for the cold, a taste that comes alive in the cold in a big, bold, inviting way. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Super summer in the city at 65 degrees now, and at the horn, 7 o'clock. Beach Boys back in business with heroes and villains.
children were raised, you know they suddenly rise. They started so long ago, head to toe, healthy, wealthy, and I've been in this town so long to the city. I'm fit with the stuff to ride in the rough, and sunny down snuff. I'm alright by the heroes and.
Welcome to the 13th Annual National Hot Rod Association National Drag Races, the largest field of machines ever assembled in the history of auto racing. From Indianapolis, dragsters, funny cars, super stocks, 1,500 of the very finest competing for $100,000 in cash awards Labor Day weekend, time trials and qualifying Thursday and Friday, class elimination Saturday and Sunday, a full day of champions on Monday. Join us here at Raceway Park in Indianapolis, August 31st through September 4th for the Nationals.
WLS number 1 in Chicago at 66 degrees. A little later on in the program tonight, in my very prolific Italian, we will open the window and attempt to contact the Italian ship, the San Giorgio, moored in the Chicago River right across from our studio vantage point here. In the meantime, girls, if you're not doing anything tonight, come down and pick up an Italian sailor. There's some pretty good guys running around down there, and you should see they go through the girls like, whee! You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. You would. They're American sailors just following after them in their wake, hoping there's some scraps left over. Those guys are movers, man. They're about movers.
There's a land that's far away behind the sun.
They don't even speak a language.
Where it seems that everyone keeps having fun. It's the land for you and the land for me. It's the land where they wear monkey boots. Monkey boots. Monkey boots. It's the land of pretty birds and sweet sounding words, where they sing and dance and write their poetry with a glance. It's far away, so far away behind the sun. It's the land where they wear monkey boots.
More monkey boots for guys from Tom McCann with new squared-off toes, and Tom McCann monkey mini boots for girls with behind-the-sun colors, $5.99 to $10.99. Only Tom McCann is cool enough to have them.
It's got a place for you, and it's got a place for me. It's the land where they wear monkey boots. Monkey boots. Monkey boots.
Monkey boots from that man, Tom McCann. Cubs, Mets, 2 games postponed. You know that today, huh? You all about what happened to the 8,000 million brave Chicago White Sox fans who went out to the ballpark this afternoon. They saw the Sox schlep a little bit behind again. I guess the Red Sox are about a half game or a full game ahead now. Supremes at 7:06 at WLS Chicago.
Through the mirror of my mind, time after time, I see reflections of you and me. Reflections of the way life used to be. Reflections of the love you took from me. Oh, I'm all alone now. No love to shield me. Trapped in a world that's distorted reality. Happiness you took from me, and
America needs is a good, longer filter cigarette, I think. Then you'd only smoke one a day, man, and it'd just last like morning to night.
The WLS Super Summer Treasure Truck strikes again.
This is Mrs. Robert Knapp in Gary, Indiana, and the treasure truck left a Lucien Picard watch at our house.
Hi, this is Jill D'Angelo of Arlington Heights, Illinois. The WLS Super Summer Treasure Truck stopped at our house today and left us a Britannica World Atlas.
There we go. Now look up Britannica and see how to pronounce it there, Club. Thank you. Treasure Truck postcards must be in at postmark no later than Wednesday the 30th. Get them in and be a winner. See, all Weber's relatives don't win.
People are looking for what they ain't got, running and pushing for I don't know what. But I'm gonna stake out my own piece of shade, count all the money I ain't ever made. No, 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 I ain't got a single plan. Wind in my face and a cork in my hand. No, 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 happy right where I am.
Yeah, baby, Neil Diamond, Love and Coke for the taste you never get tired of.
Next, the Ted Mack Show presents from suburban Chicago the very talented Ron Riley, who will whistle a bit. Thank you, Ted. Too much Geritol. Well, some of these things, please. 7:10 is Harper's Braun. Anything goes. That's a beautiful song. I just like the way you do that, baby. That's it. Harper's Bazaar and anything goes there. All right, I think they're all through now. Is the band finished? Lunchtime! Weber Commandos. Here I was all dressed up to... All right, everybody. I was all dressed up for the program tonight. I wore my ice cream pants, kind of vanilla, with a ripple of blueberry through them there.
There's a lot more to professional football than meets the eye. What, for example, goes through the mind of a quarterback as he spends game after game riding the bench? In Sunday's Tribune magazine, the Chicago Bears' new quarterback, Jack Concannon, tells you of his 3 frustrating years at Philadelphia. Concannon is just one of the people you'll meet in a revealing set of 6 interviews in this Sunday's Tribune magazine. There are also guys like Walter Nichols and Jack Rockwell. At 28, Nichols is still battling his way through the pro farm circuit, hoping to make it in the big time. As for Jack Rockwell, he spends his time repairing huge linemen with some of the $7,000 worth of tape he uses every season in his job as trainer for the St. Louis Cardinals. There is a lot more to pro football than meets the eye, as you'll see in Sunday's Chicago Tribune magazine, where the reading is good, and there's plenty of it.
Those great sounds from out of the past. A solid week of oldies but goodies start Friday on WLS.
13 after 7 o'clock. Ron Riley's my name. What's yours? James Brown? Working out. Saturday night in Chicago, and a beauty, man. 66 degrees, and this is called Cold Sweat Part 2. Flames, brand new edition of this week's Silver Dollar Survey, and what a gas, huh?
What's the weather for the weekend gonna be? Will it be hot, cold, rain, snow?
16 after 7 at WLS Radio. Cloudy skies and cooler temperatures. Maybe a shower tonight. Low in the middle 50s. Looks pretty good out there right now. Tomorrow, fair and cooler. High in the lower 70s. Monday, fair and warmer. 65 in downtown Chicago, 66 WLS Super Summer degrees officially. Humidity is kind of high, 61. The wind's northwest 16.
Every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, dancing at Adventureland, Chicago's $1 million amusement park. Admission just $1. All 50 rides and attractions are free. Dancing to the music of the top teenage bands in the Midwest. You'll have a ball doing all the latest dances, including the Boogaloo, the Shake, and the Shingling. Take your date to Adventureland, 4 miles west of Elmhurst on Lake Street, Route 20 at Medina Road. Adventureland with free parking for over 2,500 cars. Dancing every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Take the expressway to Adventureland, 4 miles west of Elmhurst at Lake Street and Medina Road.
Hey, and tonight, tomorrow night, appearing at Adventureland, the fabulous all-girl band, the Powder Puffs. Be there. Sports at 25, the World of Wheels. Why don't take a Riley reactivated Smash back, huh? You know the song. Remember the movie? It's been shown so many times, I think I know it by heart. There's this guy and this girl in Germany, and, well, I won't tell the plot. Gene?
When you're young and so in love as we, and bewildered by the world we see, why do people hurt us so? Only those in love would know what a town without pity can do.
Casey Stengel, and I'm here to explain about American Motors. Now, these here fellers sell three kinds of cars, one of which has recently gotten a lot of news because it's the only U.S.-built compact that lists at import prices. They also make an intermediate-sized car called the Rebel, which is called intermediate-sized because it ain't a compact, being too big to be called a compact, but it ain't a full-size car, which most people call popular price cars. Now they build a popular price car, too, which is called the Ambassador, and which has what they call a red carpet ride, which is very smooth. So now that you know all about American Motors, you should go down and see the fella who is the American Motors Rambler dealer near you.
Well, if that isn't entirely clear, your American Motors Rambler dealer will be glad to explain it all to you, especially now, during his hot tag sale. See him today.
Do you still smoke cigarettes? This message was brought to you by the American Cancer Society.
That's nice. Speaking of messages, by the way, I'm sorry to report that tonight I'm not going to have a Jennifer Dale lingerie commercial. I'm very sorry. Well, no, wait, I'm sorry. With any luck, they may be back again another time. I didn't blow it. They just gave up.
You know what I mean. To be with you is something like a dream. You know what I mean. And if you want me to, I'll bring sunshine to you only. You better stop, take a look at that. You know what I mean. If only you could see the dreams that seem to mean so much to me. But you know the reason why I would love to say I do and say goodbye and let you go forever. Would we to be together? Can you see that I want you for me forever? Would we to be together? Do you know what I mean? If you read in between the lines, sometimes I'm talking and it doesn't seem too clear. But if you have to know, I'm in love if only you know what I mean.
Thank you to the 10,000 who showed up at the Grand Park Band Show under the New Colony 6 and Shadows of Night and H.P. Lovecraft and Riddles.
13,384.
13,000? Was it really?
I counted them.
There were only about 1,000 there when I was there, and I just can't understand, Art. I'm glad everybody showed up, but I feel so bad that the crowds all streamed in the Grand Park as soon as my car pulled away. Why is that?
Trying to tell you
They're
something.
trying to tell me something. Baldy Weber was there, the one I got a chance to insult him a little bit. All the other guys were
I
over
tried to
there.
tie his shoes on stage.
Did you really?
I had to. They were open.
He can't tie his
doesn't
own?
know how to tie
He
his
is something else, man. I don't know what, but he is something else. Wasn't that great to sign in? Anybody sign up for the march? I guess. Quite a few did.
Yeah, I bet they got
People passed out flowers and everything. That was so great, man. I was very happy about it. Everybody was flipped out. Really. We're going to have to do that more often, just for the sake of doing something on a Saturday afternoon. And you know what? I had to get out of there real early because I went down to Gary, and we did a show for J.C. Penney's in the Village Shopping Center. And it loving rained down there. 10 minutes after the flock got on, it rained so bad, so hard for 20 minutes you couldn't even see out the windows of the store. And it didn't rain up here at all, huh?
No, Ron.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. When you showed up at the bandstand, there was only maybe 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
And you go to Gary and it rains.
Yeah.
Don't you get the message, Ron?
Yeah, man. I ain't going to walk out in lightning, I'll tell you that.
Hyundai at beautiful US 30 drag strip. It's the Dream Fuel Dragster Challenge of the Year. The clash between two-time American Hot Rod Association national champion Chris the Mad Greek Caramassinis and the world-famous world-famous Hawaiian with West Coast champions Roland Leong and Mike the Hatchet Man Shively.
Wheel to wheel, the first two dragsters to ever enter the twilight zone of drag racing, the magic 6-second bracket.
See the great all-new spaghetti chassis chiseler equipped with new Goodyear trick tires, strip-tested up to 300 miles per hour.
Be there when the Polynesian Playboy's new Keith Black Chrysler Marine racing engine Hawaiian, twice winner of the Indy Nationals, faces the Mad Greek in a best-of-3 showdown this Sunday afternoon.
WLS 30 drag strip is located south of Gary, 3 miles east of Indiana Route 53 on Highway US 30.
Championship finals in all classes and first feature race, 1:30 p.m.
Sunday
at beautiful US 30 drag strip.
Drag racing capital of Chicagoland.
7:25 in our town, super summertime. The Raiders singing 5 minutes after sports.
From ABC Radio, The World of Wheels, brought to you by Wynn's famous friction proofing, Wynn's New Charge, and the entire family of Wynn's products that keep your car going strong. This is Keith Jackson, ABC Sports. The top equipment in Formula One racing gathered this weekend in Mossport for the Canadian Grand Prix. The qualifying fast. On its first day yesterday on the slick course, let's check with William Bell for the latest information on the eve of the big road show for the Formula One cars in Canada.
Jim Clark in Lotus Ford cracked all track records, setting a qualifying time of 1 minute 22.4 seconds, or 108 miles an hour, in trials for the Canadian Grand Prix. Within fractions of a second were teammate Graham Hill, current point leader Dennis Holm, Chris Amon with Ferrari, and Dan Gurney's Eagle. And all 17 starters will take the green flag for Canada's first Formula One Grand Prix. This is Bill Bell at Mossport, Ontario, Canada, returning you to World of Wheels.
The entry list for last night's 100-mile stock car feature at the Indiana State Fairgrounds in Indianapolis sounded like a who's who in racing. Jones, Foyt, Andretti, Lund, and so on. Let's get details on it from Rich Hill, WGEE Radio in Indianapolis.
In a wheel-to-wheel, fender-to-fender duel with Parnelli, Jones, and A.J. Foyt, Don White of Keokuk, Iowa, has captured the third straight victory here in Indianapolis in winning the State Fair Century. White placed his Dodge Charger on the pole and set a new track record. White jumped into the lead on the first lap and held the lead until Jones and Foyt got the edge during the one mandatory pit stop. White finally managed to outdistance both Jones and Foyt, moved into the lead, and held the position for a 6-second win over Parnelli Jones. White and Jones were followed across the finish line by Al Unser, Paul Goldsmith, and Norm Nelson. This is Rich Hill, returning you to the World of Wheels.
We regret that the Wynn Oil Company Corral, under the direction of John Philip Azusa, will be unable to perform today due to a rare epidemic of laryngitis. However, Mr. Keenan Wynn, who is not related to the Wynn Oil Company people, has graciously agreed to fill in. Are you ready? Ready! For hot weather, longer than average weekend and vacation driving, get Wynn's New Charge.
Ta-ta-da-da-da-da, charge!
In your crankcase, New Charge.
Ta-da-da-da-da-da, charge!
Ensures full engine compression.
Compression!
Prevents oil burning.
Burning.
Gives your car total power.
Total power.
So switch to Charge. Wherever you get gas or service, ask for Wynn's New Charge.
Ta-da-da-da-da-da!
And keep your car going strong. It's made by Wynn.
No relation.
Of Azusa.
Azusa, California. The keep your car going strong capital of the world.
And in case you missed the news, the editor of Sports Car Graphic magazine, Jerry Titus, is going racing full-time. Quit the editing business this past week, schedule including the Rich Can-Am circuit and a new Carroll Shelby car this fall. Jerry driving tomorrow in the Trans Am competition, Mustang, in Castle Rock, Colorado. I asked Jerry why he decided to go driving full-time.
Well, we've had a pretty good, strong season, and I have commitments for next year as far as driving is concerned. And it was getting to be a real hassle as far as flying home Sunday night, being in the office, 9 o'clock in the morning after arriving at 3 o'clock in the morning, and putting out the magazine. And there just got to be pressure to where I had to make a decision to go on one or the other. And as long as I can see a decent career progressing, at least in the driving, I figured I would go that way.
Well, Jerry, your equipment for the race tomorrow there at Castle Rock has got to be affected some by the 6,200-foot altitude.
Boy, it is, but unfortunately it's a problem for everybody. We're 6,200 feet, I believe, at the track, which amounts to almost a 20% power loss. and it makes it a whole new ball game. Everybody, of course, is down on the power, so you have to make it up in cornering and gearing.
And Jerry Titus is now hoping he'll get a chance for a ride in a USAC championship event later this year, eventually going on to the big speedway at Indy. He's a tough little rascal, and he'll make it. And that wraps it for this edition of World of Wheels, brought to you by Winds of Azusa, California, the keep your car going strong capital of the world. Stay tuned for World of Sports in 55 at 25. This is Keith Jackson, ABC Sports, Los Angeles. Big 16-ounce, no deposit, no return bottles, cold and bold refreshment with big convenience. 7-Up, wet and wild in one way. Speaking of one way, in the morning from 6 to 10, Clark Weber.
Every day's a fun day, especially Saturday and Sunday, when you're going places with WLS in Chicago.
7:30 on a Ron Riley Saturday, 6 to 6, WLS Super Summer Degrees. As a matter of fact, Weber is so great, the mayor named 2 streets for him. You know that? One way and dead end, man. Whoa! Good old friends Paul Revere, the Raiders, and I Had a Dream.